Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Berean. And I'm kind of stunned by this article that I found. And I'll be honest, I've only read, I think, one novelization of a movie, and that happened to be Constantine. And I got it as a freebie with something, and it was pretty much spot on to the movie, line by line, action by action. I remember I took it back to a reseller, and they're like, "Well, this doesn't have a barcode on it. We can't take it." And I ended up just giving it to somebody or giving it to Goodwill or something. I can't remember, but I read it and I was like, "Okay, it was pretty good." Well, apparently, the novelization for Gremlins is not like the movie, and it's quite insane and it's quite weird. So we're going to go through what this article kind of touches on, and that's basically the author. Lost his name. Let's see. George Gipe. I'm assuming it's George Gipe. Based his novelization on an early draft of the novel. And why is this important? Is because, back then, if you're going to do novelization, hey, here's the screenplay we're going to do. They give it to a writer, an author to write the novelization. They get started on it while they start producing the movie, and sometimes they make some changes. So there'll be some discrepancies between the novel and the movie itself. And this happens quite often in movie novelizations, but rarely so much that it's worth picking up the novel unless you just want to read it for yourself for your own enjoyment. You're not going to get much different from actually watching the movie. And this is where this comes about because the early novelization is weird and nothing, well, I don't want to say nothing, but vastly different on the Gremlins and the Mogwai. And here's what comes down to in the novelization, it's revealed that the Mogwai were a creation by a scientist on another planet, and Gizmo was sent to Earth. Yep, Gizmo's an alien, not just some creature that just happened to form or a hidden, forgotten creature on Earth, which they never really touch on too much in the movie, and it didn't matter. The fact that we don't know much just makes it fun. But the original screenplay and in the novelization is they are the perfect life form, created by a scientist called Mort Mogterm. Term? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that name. And supposed to be able to adapt to any climate and able to reproduce easily. Obviously, it just takes water. But not only that, they can talk. The Mugwai and the Gremlins can talk in their own language, mind you, not in English, but in their own language. They can communicate via words to each other. And that comes out, yeah, the majority of the Mugwai appear to be as mischievous as the Gremlins, and Gizmo is kind of a fluke, as it says here. And going on, so now we know that the Mogwai and the Gremlins are from another planet. There's a conversation between one of the Gremlins and Gizmo that the Mogwai have much longer lifespans than the Gremlins, and that's unfair. And well, that's interesting. I mean, and there's more eloquent Gremlins. There's more well refined Gremlins in the novel. They're not all of them are just beings of chaos. And so I honestly have not really read novelizations that much. Like I said, I've only read one to my recollection, and honestly, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick this one up because it even says in the book that the Gremlins actually have been involved and been around for a long time, causing disasters and catastrophes, like a runaway crashing of a train, plane, and oil tanker in 1962. They even were partly responsible for the Bay of Pigs. So this is a wild revelation to me because I've seen Gremlins I don't know how many times, and the second one, I love them both. I know not many people like the second one, but yeah, I mean, if this is what it is, it's crazy. And it even goes, this article even goes that Joe Dante even had his own weird ideas that they were a merged species from mating of a dragon and a panda, which I also find hilarious. I was like, if they made a novel of just that, just okay, that they'll show more dragon tendencies, myth. I mean, from the myth that we know, it'd just be kind of wild and crazy. So, yeah, did you know that the novelization of Gremlins was this wild and this crazy and this chaotic and this so unbelievably different from the movie we got as children? I mean, I had no clue. Like, it never even occurred to me to go look for novelizations of older movies that I watched that they might be different. So I'm definitely picking up a copy of Gremlins. You can get used copies, a little more expensive than I would expect from a 40-year-old paperback, but hey, let's be fair. The prices might go up after this article circulates, and it may be harder to find. I wish, at least not on Amazon, but on looks, that there's not any Kindle versions. I'd buy that in a heartbeat, so I could always have a copy of it. But this is crazy. I'm definitely going to have to start looking into more older movie novelizations to see what else is out there, what craziness was written based on a script before it was even produced, and the script got changed so much that the novelization and the movie are that different. I have a feeling that it's going to be a very late night for me because I have a tendency to go down the rabbit hole, and this looks like a fun one. Now, if I find any more, I will make a video about them and let you know. If you know of any of just vastly different novels and movies, please comment below and let me look into them. Because if they're vastly different, I want to get my hands on them and start reading them. And I can't wait to see what the conversations are between the Gremlins and Gizmo. I really can't. This is going to be fun. This is going to be entertaining. This is going to be wild. I can't wait. If this is just based on this simple article pointing out some of the major changes from the novel to the movie, I can't wait to see what else is in store for me. And for any of you to decide to get your hands on a copy, please let me know if you like it. If you like the book better or the movie better. What do you think would be better? Do you think they should have stuck with the original screenplay? I don't know. I can't wait to read it and find out for myself. So until next time, my friends, as always, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.